Hello, and welcome. Hello, and welcome. Hello. I cannot believe I did that again. Didn't mute the monitor. Okay, hi, I'm Jason, and this is the It's Probably Okay channel. We're playing our Return to the Spiderverse Masks campaign, and everything's going fine. There are no problems or conflict, and we are unfortunately short a couple of our players today. Bria and Adam have better things to do, I guess, which is hurtful and deeply insulting, but we have carried on and invited our very special guest, Pooja, to join us today. So why don't we start our introductions with Pooja and tell us who you are, what you're doing here, and what character are you playing today?
Hi, I am Pooja, and I am playing Silk, otherwise known as Cindy Moon. And I'll be using the Soldier playbook.
Awesome. And why did you pick the Soldier playbook?
Silk has a lot of canonical kind of connections to different groups in the Spiderverse. Spider UK, and she worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the All New, All Different for a long time. So she tends to work within organizations to kind of get what she wants and do good in the world. So it made sense to me that she would be a soldier here.
Cool. Let's go to Joey.
Oh. Hi, I'm Joey, and I am playing Preston Parker, aka Arachnid, the canonical son of Sweatpants Spider-Man and Mary Jane from Universe B.
Awesome. Michelle?
Hey, I'm Michelle Otis, and I am playing Anya Corazon. She is a Spider Girl, and I'm using the Beacon playbook.
And I guess this guy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Eric, and I'm playing Peter Parker, the friendly neighborhood man spider.
Yep, it's as awful as you can imagine. I really love the background picture that you selected and have placed directly around your head.
Not intentional, but a happy accident.
Yeah, happy is a word we could use for that.
Glorious is another.
Well, it's covering the face, which I think is the worst part of Man Spider.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Ah!
Yeah, we're all glad that you did that. All right, so we're we'll have sort of a mini recap because we're gonna have a friend drop out of a parallel universe. So, let's see, couple things. Oh, is it Happy Free RPG Day? Yeah. Okay. Don't go to a comic book or RPG store though, please. That's unless they're gonna do curbside pickups. Wear a mask. Do stuff online. All that stuff. Hi. Good morning. Okay. Welcome to episode 13. Let's do this one last time. This is the one and only Return to the Spiderverse. The story so far is that 4 other spider folk, plus 1, have crossed worlds and met Miles Morales in his dimension just a few months after he stopped Kingpin from turning the world inside out. The visitors aren't glitching anymore, but they also don't know how to get home. They've joined Miles at Vision Academy, at Aunt May's, and on the front line of fighting crime as the 5 and only friendly neighborhood Spider-Them. Last time, they fought a dragon. And that was fun. So a great big dragon was rampaging down the street near their school, and Luke Cage and the Colleen Wings Iron Fist were there to fight about it. And they needed some help. I think Daredevil showed up at one point as well and got winged into a building.
Almost. Yeah. I saved him.
Oh, that's right. So he gets beat up a lot. And that's pretty much it. It was just a dragon. No big deal.
But nobody got in the mouth of the dragon or anything.
Nope. No, almost got eaten a couple times. Couple different people. Man Spider wanted to ride it like a horse. That worked out fine. But in the end, they knocked out the dragon. The dragon reverted to human form. Luke Cage was carrying that guy to hopefully get some help and counseling, because that was wild. And what we know is that there is a drug going around the city called Grape Ape, and it is it looks like little like red purple nerds candies, and it looks delicious, and probably is based on what everyone said about it. And it also, basically everyone who eats it gets some sort of random super ability. That does not make them a superhero, though. Most of the time, this ability expresses and they exercise that ability wildly out of control. So, that's the situation we're in. The fight with the dragon happened. What was it? That was on Friday after your horrible tests and whatever else. Friday night are the final setups in the gym for the homecoming dance, because the football game, our League of Legends homecoming game is Saturday during the day. There's a whole halftime performance planned for like we have the arena set up in the gym as that, with all the like party decorations and stuff too. So there's like the 2 rows of computers set up opposite each other. It's very cinematic and cool looking, because playing video games competitively is cool. And so you've the afternoon didn't take a long time to fight a dragon, but that's what happened. At the end of that, let's say Cecil and Miles got pulled away. You all, did we say, I think we kind of just ended with the fight. You right? Yeah.
We ended with the fight, and there was an awkward moment between Preston and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we moved on past that scene.
Okay. So that awkward moment, I think, leads to, we've got some free time right now. There's nothing attacking the city. And Cecil and Miles both kind of head off to do, Cecil lives at the school full time, or with Aunt May? With you, man, Spider.
No, Cecil lives at the school.
Okay, right. So they both go back. Miles is going to hang out with his parents for a minute, and Cecil is freaking out about how to go with Genki to the dance, like what to wear and what all that stuff. So he's taken to that. That's become a very important part of his day. Also, probably go be supportive while Genki is practicing before the match tomorrow. So there's a lot of jungling going on. That's all. That's the only word I've learned about League of Legends in playing this game. I've been learning. But
which is more than I could say. I was like, jungling, what?
Yeah. It's not like top laning. It's different from that I know.
Yeah, no, top laning, like it's a whole thing.
I accede to your superior knowledge. So all of that being said, I think the other 3 of you are maybe still lingering around the crash site, maybe helping pick up. Probably what happened. Oh, I know why Miles wouldn't stick around to help clean up, because he got called away specifically. Like his mom had called and was like, "Hey, you need to come home right away," and so that's what he's doing. So you're lingering around the site, and the air is has a strange shimmery quality, and your character's name is not Michelle. Anya. Wow, what a brain fart. So the air has this strange shimmery quality, Anya, and it is starting to be a familiar sight for you. and I don't know if you could really put your finger on what's happening, but I'll say you're the only one to right away notice this space where you were fighting the dragon, and then the dragon ultimately like crashed down and was a guy. That space has a almost like when you're in a hot place and there are waves coming up off the concrete. It's a little like that. Like if it was really hot in New York right now, and it's not, but right here where the dragon shifted back to Guy and he plopped on the ground and Luke Cage picked him up to, take him somewhere safe. That area is exhibiting some kind of shimmer.
Do you guys see that?
See what?
Everything's sort of wavy. Like there's some sort of magic in the air.
It's not really our expertise. Is it magic?
It feels like it.
I'm gonna trust you on this one. Anything you recognize? Anything we can do about it?
All right. So Anya,
I don't know. I'm looking at my playbook.
You've got two options. There's an aspect of Unleash Your Powers called to extend your senses, which is a legit way to do this, and it'll be sort of free form of what you detect, or assess the situation. You still, like a lot of these, you could use your powers to directly engage a threat or assess or provoke someone, right? So it's not necessarily that your powers just live in this little box, but assess the situation will give you access to several questions that you might want to ask from. Also roll superior if that's better than freak, but it's up to you how you want to address that.
I think I'm gonna do assess the situation.
Okay.
Okay, superior. 8.
Okay, so you get to ask one question.
What here is the biggest threat?
So let's see. The biggest threat is, how do I phrase it? So I'm going to answer in the negative, in that you could affirmatively know this effect by itself is not a threat. Like it's not about to explode, but you can tell it is some sort of, bend in the space between dimensions, which is something that you and Doctor Strange have looked at a little bit of, like how to move back and forth and how could we do this in a more directed way, because he's been talking with versions of himself from different dimensions, but they haven't been able to reliably travel back and forth. And this looks like a thin spot between dimensions. So it, in and of itself, it's not dangerous, but something could come through, something could go through. It's like worth noting, but it's also up above the street a little bit. So like cars aren't driving into it.
Right.
It's just a space like about 20 feet off the ground. And it's kind of like a big circular shape, Oh, we lost your sound mid-sentence.
How am I now?
Oh, yeah, now I can hear you. Oh, did everyone else hear her?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't come through on my end. Okay.
Oh, weird. Okay, so it's not shimmery in general everywhere. It's just in this one specific spot.
Yeah. There's like a big, and now that you're able to successfully analyze it a little bit, you can see it's in general a big circular disc of shimmer. Like you walk under it and you can tell, oh yeah, it's a pretty flat effect. And now that you've identified, you can see it really clearly, but you could also imagine like no one walking down the street is going to notice it.
Okay. It's looking like, I don't know, the best way I can say it is a thin spot between dimensions. maybe something like what all of us came through. And I just kind of point where it is and the general vicinity so that they can get an idea. But I mean, it's okay for right now, but I'm just worried something might come through.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing.
Is there a way to like, I don't know, I get cage it? Like, I mean, if I shoot web at it, will it go away? Will it wrap around? I'm
I'll be honest, I'm not as good with the interdimensional stuff yet. I'm still learning. I just know about it.
This is a learning moment.
This is a hole in this world to a different world.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
No. Have you noticed this at all in any of the other battles that we've done with the Grape Ape people? Is it something
No.
that's caused by it?
No, this is new. This is the first time I've seen it.
There's a lot of places that we don't want people from that place to come here. You know?
Oh God, what if it is from your dimension?
I know. I didn't want to say it, but like, you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause you there. Pooja, what has Cindy been up to today? What has her day been like? And keep in mind, this like nerds drug has been circling around your world as well.
Cindy's actually working with her organization to track down what they've heard is a deal going down for the Grape Ape. And so she's on a little bit of a stakeout.
Okay.
With I'm just gonna pull straight from the comics here. She's gonna be working with her like supervisor, Mockingbird, on this.
Okay.
So she's not completely unsupervised when things go down, but it's pretty low level. It's, you know, they've heard that there might be a deal. They're gonna try to track it back to a supplier. That kind of base level work.
Yeah. Okay. Which organization is this?
Cindy actually works in her universe for the Spider Society, which has teamed up with the Society of Wasps to do good in her world.
Yes. They are relatively unique, and you and Mockingbird are part of that. And I think you probably have a couple of, grunt spider wasp soldiers, in the back of the car, with their masks and everything ready to like go out and do. They're like your foot soldiers to,
We've got mooks.
Yes. Actually you have Mockingbird and 2 mooks. Of our 3 other players, what would you like to play today, right now?
I would like to read for the role of Mook.
Okay.
I would also love to be Mook.
Okay.
Number 2.
Mook 2? Okay. Yeah. All right. Do you mind playing Mockingbird, Michelle?
Sure.
Okay. Pooja, what's your vision for Mockingbird? Is it sort of the straight out of the comic books?
Yeah, I think so. It's Mockingbird. I don't have like a great new vision for her in this universe.
Okay.
But she's kind of like in this, let's say that in this version of Mockingbird, that she works with new superheroes pretty regularly. So she's kind of like a teacher figure.
Oh, yeah. Like the on-site trainer.
Yeah.
Okay. You've graduated past your like basic stuff, and you've got your on-site trainer. Are you trying to get your L's here? You're trying to get your learner's permit?
I'm trying to like get off the training wheels.
Yeah. Okay.
And move on to solo operations.
Okay. Cool.
Or at least solo operations that they have sanctioned.
Okay. Got it. And yeah, we know there's a deal going down. Now, I will say the size of this deal is not like an entire shipping container. You know, it's like this is a smaller scale. But yeah, you've
Oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely more like there's a person handing off to another person.
yeah, and they have like a duffel bag. You know,
Yeah.
something like that. Okay, so Mockingbird is. Oh well, Michelle, are you familiar with the character?
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I was like, okay.
All right, so the short version, she's to be revealed as a highly trained agent. Well, she's agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this, but we're just sort of co-opting that for our purposes. And but she's like a PhD in biology, and uses.
She got sticks and she beats people with them.
Yeah, she does. Like arguably without superpowers. Like I don't. It's not clear to me that she's superpowered, but she is like super trained, like you know, like Hawkeye or something.
Yeah, she's a Hawkeye level.
She's a Hawkeye
Okay.
type,
Yeah.
and she famously on the internet has a alternate cover of her comic that has her in a shirt that says "Ask me about my feminist agenda."
Right. I forgot about that. That's very good. That really turned a bunch of people's heads inside out, which is funny to me.
It's fantastic.
Okay, good. So that's all right. We'll just be here for a minute. So the four of you are sitting in this unmarked car, and you're a secret society still, right? Because you're not the cops, and you're not S.H.I.E.L.D., and you're not, you know, any sort of official presence, but you are the Spider Wasp Society, and I was trying to figure out how to turn that into SJW. Spider something Society. Which, okay.
Spider Justice Wasp.
The Spider Justice Wasp.
That's terrible. I wish I had never said that.
Yep, that's a thing that's now on the internet for you, Pooja. Congratulations.
Yeah.
No, please, no.
Okay, so this is from someone. I personally am still confused how anyone could see that SJW as an insult. So I mean, you know, that's bizarre.
So it's wrong to fight for the rights of others. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a weird take. So the four of you are watching this corner. The van that you knew was supposed to be here is here, but it's just been sitting there idling on the you know, sort of catty corner where you're all staking it out. And before too long, a couple rough-looking teens come up on their Razor scooters. You know, these are Razor teens. So
Edgy.
yeah, look out. And they come up beside the van, and they are talking on the opposite side of the van from where you are. So they're talking in the window at the guy there. What do you want to do?
That looks like them, boss. Let me go out there and smash them.
We gotta wait till the deal's going down.
Yeah, we gotta wait till the deal's going down.
Okay,
Oh my god.
fine. Well, you gotta repeat everything she says.
I don't gotta repeat everything she says.
Yeah.
We need to be quiet. We're trying to concentrate.
Right, quiet, concentrate. Yeah.
Yeah, be quiet, you galoot.
You call it a galoot, you cretin.
This is great.
And I'm just gonna quickly, just over my shoulder, shoot two tiny little web things just in the middle of their mouths.
Zip, zip.
Zip, zip.
Oh, that's good.
If you really want to, you could talk out the corner of your mouth, but the message is there.
Okay, so I think you're Silk, you're paying pretty close attention to what's happening. So why don't you go ahead and assess the situation for me?
Okay.
Or I would accept Pierce the Mask, as we're specifically looking at a small group of people. So it wouldn't be Pierce the Mask on a specific person, but those questions, maybe look at those questions, see which ones feel, more you in this situation.
I am going to assess the situation.
Okay.
And I got a 9.
Okay, cool. You get one of the questions there.
And I'm going to ask who here is the most vulnerable to me?
The teens on the razors are not getting in the van. They're outside the van. They're the easiest ones to get to.
Great. So turn to Mockingbird, like, I can take the kids pretty easily. Can you disable do you want to disable the van? And then we can at least get this shipment down?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. We can, but if you need backup, just let me know.
I'll be fine. Just take out if you take out the wheels, then I can take out the driver and whatnot after I get the kids.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I imagine Mockingbird.
We'll handle the cleanup.
Yeah, the cleanup.
Your equipment, Mockingbird, probably includes some things of like the like shoot a magnet on the side of it and short out the engine, because that's what magnets do.
Well, it hacks the car.
Yeah, exactly.
It could immediately drain the battery. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not how it works either, but
Well, that's
I'll
right.
roll with it.
It's magic technology anyway, because you all are Spider Society and Sisterhood of the Wasp together. So it's magic science. Okay, so Silk, you get out of the car. How do you want to approach the situation?
I am going to come in from above.
Mm-hmm.
And like nearby roof to wall, because no one ever looks above you, as we have learned from all the comics.
Yep. Nobody looks up.
And then and wait until I actually have eyes on the duffel bag, trading hands.
Sure.
And as soon as go ahead.
So as you get up high, you could see one of the Utes is talking in through the passenger side window, and the other has moved because the sliding door. This is like an old, like 1980s van with like it should have a wizard painted on the side, right? Can you picture that kind of van? There's no wizard, but it should have one. And it's just sort of like dirty white van. So
it's an I have candy van.
And they do. So the sliding door is opened like about this much, and the other Ute has a duffel bag, and somebody from the van is like putting stuff into the bag.
Okay, this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. But this is great. This is awesome. If I can take this out without needing any help, like they'll have to let me go out on my own.
Do you have heightened senses at all? Like, can you hear pretty well?
Yes, I do have heightened senses.
So then, you can also hear the conversation because the teen talking through the passenger window is stressed out, and his voice is carrying probably a little bit more than he would want it to, but he is assuring the person inside the van, no, we can definitely move this much. Don't worry about it. We've got this under control. We'll definitely be able to make the right amount of money, and trust me, we got this.
Cool. So as soon as they hand over the bag, I'm gonna give the signal, which is going to be me shooting out like webs to tangle up the wheels on the razors.
Okay.
As they start to go away, so their wheels stop really suddenly and get glued to the ground, and they trip and fall down.
Yeah, I love it. They just headers over the razor. How far away do you let them get from the van?
Just like 5 or 6 feet.
Okay.
Just enough so that like if the van does start, not that I don't trust Mockingbird, but you never know that they don't get run over.
Yeah. So yeah, they just get going to the sidewalk. They were, getting ready to cross the street to the next block, and yeah, you jam them up. They crash. The guys in the van see those guys crash from suspicious circumstances and go to turn on the car, which activates the kill switch that Mockingbird had attached to the side of the car. And the car like revs real loud, and then a loud clunk inside the engine is the end of the engine noise. So the van dies, and the guys, 3 different guys get out of the van and are running in 3 different directions. None of them are carrying anything.
Okay. I'm going to try to take out as many as I can through shooting web at them to like trip them up, make sure they can't get back up, like tangle up their legs kind of situation.
Okay. I think you could get to one of them quickly enough. We're probably going to need our mooks to swing into action because they're like going in every direction possible right now, and you don't want to lose track of the teens. And so I think there's one guy who's sort of heading in the direction of the teens, which you can see he's already thinking like, oh, this was the wrong direction to go. I'm headed right into Silk. The other 2 are going to have to get scooped up by the mooks. So what are you guys doing?
Fine.
What is in our mook arsenal?
You have, Magitech, secret society stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna pull out my bolo gun and like aim for the legs of one of the running people.
Makes sense to me. Why don't you roll unleash your powers?
Okay. Let's see. Am I using my stats? Or...
Yeah, and if you miss, you could go ahead and add potential to your character sheet. That's fine.
Oh,
nice. Oh, fancy.
Let's see. So I got an 8.
Okay. So yeah, you tangle up this one guy, but it wasn't a great hit. You mainly got it wrapped around one leg, which was inconvenient enough to knock him down for a second. But he's getting up and shaking off that leg, and you'll probably want to run over there in the time that he's doing that. So we'll have that. Like you got out, fired the thing, and you're chasing after him now.
I'm gonna
Mook 1.
I'm gonna toss a silver disc kind of underneath the legs of the other guy, hoping to bind him to where he's running, so kind of keep him in place.
Oh, okay. That sounds like unleash powers as well.
Yeah, I would agree. Unleash my powers is probably something that is street-based. It is. Okay. Well, this will go well.
Let's get freaky.
Well, I rolled 2 2s with a -2, so that's a 2.
Okay.
So that went as well as I expected.
Okay. Yeah.
You got a primate, you big galoot.
I think we know Mook 2 was already out of the car and running towards one of the guys. I'm pretty sure this disc skips and turns and is probably going to interfere with Mook 2 because that's the only sensible outcome there. So you're fine, Mook 1, but Mook 2... the silver discs that you guys use, one of them appears under your foot as you're running, and you just, you've got those nice lace-up combat boots, and you just get stuck and fall over.
I am gonna have a real Three Stooges fight with you later, I swear.
It's not my fault. They ran out of left-handed discs.
Why you oughta.
And Mockingbird, what are you doing?
Well, I probably see the crap show that's going on right now. Mm-hmm. And so doesn't she have like batons or something?
Mm-hmm.
From what
yeah, she's good at throwing them and hitting people with them, and
she can put them together and make a long stick.
Yep.
Cool.
And sometimes they blow up.
Yeah. Yep. For some reason. Apparently, they're sticks of dynamite. That's
Okay, the one that is that Mook number 1 missed, or 2, I can't remember. They're both Mooks. But then he missed with the disc. I'm gonna throw the baton and try and get him on the back of the head, knock him out.
With the like exploding wand, you want to explode him?
No, I don't want to explode him.
Like,
I'm
wow,
not
this show
out to
went
explode
dark.
people. Excellent.
This universe, the good guys are a little off.
Little hardcore. No, I just want to hit him in the back of the head to knock him out.
Okay. So you do. Well, actually, let's have you unleash your powers.
Is that or directly engage a threat?
Oh yeah, we could do directly engage a threat, and take a +1 because you're Mockingbird.
7.
Yeah. Okay. So they're not able to counterattack, but yeah, I mean, if you want to take something from them as like his footing, and the scene unfolds. The Mooks and Mockingbird are taking out a couple of these folks, and Silk, you go over to take out this one who's kind of on his own, and you were just trying to wrap him up, right? Is that like what were you going for?
Yeah, I think once I see that like the Mooks and Mockingbird are involved, I'll go in for like hand to hand.
Okay. So you get into this fight. You're clearly on top of the fight. This guy is not a trained fighter. So you're dominating this fight. You're about to take this guy down, and then he does something really weird. He like looks over your shoulder and just like goes fetal position on the ground.
What the? And like I kind of half turn.
You can see there was a little bit of smoke coming out of the van, but the van is full of smoke. And then the van goes and like the windows blow out, the doors fling open, and just this sideways explosion of red purple smoke that jets out the openings of the van. The rear doors blast open, and that expands out and then pulls back in, and you unfortunately are dragged in through this gravitational effect towards where the van is converging. And I imagine we have some cool, like you're trying to grab onto stuff and not get pulled through, but the power of plot compels you. And
Can I say that one of the threads I pull out is like that I shoot out is to one of the Mooks.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that it snaps like at that last second.
Like you fire and like we got you. Oh, damn it, my big dumb hands.
These hands.
You're acting like Mooks are expendable or something.
Every Mook is sacred.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, Mockingbird and the two Mooks were so absorbed trying to get that stuff, and they couldn't see exactly what was happening to Silk until it was too late. And Silk gets pulled into the whirlpool of smoke in the van, and you come back out in a not smoke-filled street in New York. It looks vaguely similar to where you were before, but there is just wreckage all up and down the street. If you can imagine, it looks kind of like several superheroes fought a dragon. If you were to guess, right? As I'm not sure if that makes sense, but they're like front of a building is caved in, and the what do you call it? The like, you know, it's cars all askew, and the
dragon-shaped hole in a building.
Yep, yeah, dragon-shaped hole in a building. And so for you folks who are here in this street, that big shimmering circle solidifies for a second as well, or becomes more clear, I should say. It's not like a solid object, but it resolves and is in focus. And you, Anya, can see the magic symbols for what they are, sort of moving, sort of like a magic stargate. And this woman comes shooting out of there. Now, Silk, you're a little bit dazed right now. So if no, we just see there's this figure about 20 feet up in a nosedive, and she looks unconscious. So what do y'all want to do about it?
I guess we'll try and stop them from falling.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, throw some webs out. Also, to maybe kind of also contain them in case they're a baddie, because who the hell knows at this point.
Okay, so Peter, are you you just want to like swoop up and catch?
Sure.
Okay, we don't have to roll dice for that. That's an easy thing. I don't think Silk is trying to
There's
avoid being
nothing-
caught. So
There's nothing an unconscious person loves to wake up to than man spider.
don't worry, I have you. What?
I'll hold you in one of my 6 arms.
Oh, hey, you know what, Dork Lord Canada? Thank you for taking care of business. I had a bad feeling about that screen name, and that was well done. Well done,
Yeah.
friend.
My tip is just thank people for following and never say their names.
Yeah, that's yep. That is unfortunate. So, thank you for taking care of that. That's our DLC. Dork Lord Canada. So let's oh right, okay, so Peter, you have caught this a falling person. She is in some sort of superhero costume. Can you describe to us what Silk looks like, Pooja?
Silk is average height, like 5'6", 5'7", Korean American. And she's somewhere in her mid-teens, so she's like 16, 17. Thin, but like gymnastically so. And her outfit looks like that. So black and white, red face mask. And she's unconscious.
Okay. Is it kind of like the short black hair bob, like in the picture behind you?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's
Sorry.
a bob. Is
It's
it short, or is it just not all pulled back?
She has like the chin length bob.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So, Man Spider.
Some circles would describe it as cute.
Sure. You can describe your character as cute if you want to.
Well, how come they all get to? When I asked to do that,
You know what you did.
Yep. So, Man Spider, what do you do with your prize? You can like cocoon and wrap up for.
I just
later
like
snacking.
Yeah. No, I think I just shoot some webs to like slow myself down and just like bring this person like down to the ground in front of my friends.
Now you have natural web shooters now, right?
Correct.
Are they in all 6 arms?
I guess yeah. Then they would be.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I guess I don't hate that. That's not the worst thing about Man Spiders. So that's yeah, that's fine. You definitely slow the fall, are able to hang on to her. You're probably the best person to do this, honestly, because you could like hang on to her very carefully with 2 arms, and 4 arms are executing the landing. So
And if I land hard, I have a carapace. So.
But that's fine. There's no reason to suggest it was a hard landing. So you land. Silk, you're very quickly coming back around. You had breathed in some of the smoke, and that really threw you for a loop. And it also is affecting your superpowers. So this will show up in different ways, but just be aware you can feel like you feel weird is the best. Like there's nothing obvious of like, oh, I have armored skin now. It's not anything obvious like that, but you could just tell like something deep in like your DNA is shifted.
As I come to, it's like, I think, oh, my head, like kind of peek one eye open and shut it really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nobody told me that stuff would make you hallucinate.
What stuff?
MB, how long is this gonna last?
Yeah, there's nothing coming through your earpiece. It's not loud static, but it's just that like empty channel noise.
What are you talking about? Who's MB?
Like, open my eyes back up, look quickly away from Man Spider.
Hello, welcome to New York. Please don't scream.
What the? This is a much more detailed hallucination than I at first thought it was going to be.
Are you a spider people?
Where's Mockingbird?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, who's Mockingbird?
Would I have any knowledge of my universe's Mockingbird?
But potentially, although I do want to stick on the spider people question, is Silk...
Silk is a spider person.
Yeah, okay, so you have spider senses,
Mm-hmm.
which means you would all have the, oh, you're like me moment.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what's pinging off of each other. So yeah, once you all, you put Silk on her feet and you're having this conversation, there's this like whoop, 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 whoop of feedback between the four of you of like, oh, you're like me. And so yeah.
Whoa. Y'all are... I mean, all of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pretty much.
There's two more, but they're not here right now.
Two more?
Well, I mean,
Ooh.
technically there's a potential for an infinite number of us, but in this current particular reality, there are about, I guess, technically 6 of us.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's not like I didn't know there could be more than one. I mean, like, hell. But I've never met so many at once, like, that I didn't already know.
So this might be, well, I guess there's no way to say it. You're not on your reality anymore. You're in a different universe.
Oh. How? Why?
So,
Why?
Silk, as you turn to, respond to Man Spider, what? Oh, I don't know if my
Janet
dog,
knows you're playing with me.
my
This
dog
what
is
has
having
happened.
emotions. Yeah, she's very strong feelings. Hold on.
Those of you who don't know, Jason's dog hates me so much.
And loves everyone so much. Like it's just hate for Pooja only. Just loves everyone else who comes to the house. I don't know why. Okay, so anyway, you turn to talk to Man Spider, and then maybe I don't want to make assumptions about your character, but maybe like you make eye contact, and then so many eyes, I maybe just divert my gaze thoughtfully as don't know exactly what to look at here.
I think of it as like I like try to turn to him to like look him in the eye, and then immediately pick like a point in the center of his chest, kind of like, or throat.
Yeah.
And very, very fixedly, when I'm talking to him, I am looking at this point, like just below all the eyes.
Is that the thorax on a bug?
The thorax.
No idea.
Is that the belly?
Yeah, I think it's the.
I don't think a spider has a thorax.
Oh,
do
maybe
they?
not.
It depends on the spider.
Okay.
I didn't realize I would need such a heavy knowledge of entomology.
I mean, it just depends. Like, tarantulas don't have exoskeletons.
Okay, so as you're having this conversation, Silk, you notice out of the corner of your eye, somebody duck down an alleyway and just take off running. And it seems like they seem familiar to you.
Is that my perp? And I'm gonna go after.
Okay.
I'm gonna go after him.
Okay.
Wait, she brought someone with her? We're allowed to bring guests now?
I don't think it was deliberate.
All right. So
he's a dealer.
Silk goes running off towards the alleyway. I think we've talked about this before, but like New York doesn't actually have alleyways. I was hearing about this. There were like 3 alleyways, and they film them all the time for movies. And everyone has the impression that New York is just 40% alleyway by volume. But
it's an incredible waste of space.
Yeah. Yeah, that was part of the. I was listening to a podcast about it, and they were like, "Yeah, there's no way New York would have this much dead space. Like, there's." So it's just funny that they took the 3 alleyways in New York and made it seem like it's everywhere. But comic book New York has alleys everywhere. So you head off that way, and Silk, you're the first one around the corner, and you see this guy running. And you're like, oh, haha, this is a dead-end alleyway. And the guy just lowers his head and runs towards the brick wall at the end of the thing. And he's just far enough away that he hits it in a puff of smoke and goes through the brick wall and leaves this sort of like man-shaped red-purple residue in the brick. As he passes through.
Damn it. I'm gonna do one of those like hurry up and stop yourself situations before I ram into the brick.
Oh yeah, I mean you're not gonna just crash
like windmilling arms and all.
I mean you could go up and over if you want. You could stop in time. Yeah, I mean you're a trained super fighting superhero. Like you're not gonna just like Looney Tunes into the wall.
But counterpoint, what if we did? Because I have a move that lets me do that.
Counterpoint, what if we just rammed things?
Sure. Do you want to go crashing through the wall, Man Spider? Because I know you have a thing for that.
No, because if I see the person I'm following stop, I'm gonna stop as well.
Okay.
So can I see where they like? So can I see on the other side of the wall, or is that?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get up and go over the wall.
Yeah, that's what I'll do then. Sorry, I thought you meant it was like a solid building type situation.
Oh no, it's just there's a wall to get to the other side of the street, and they built this because they didn't want people going back and forth through there. So it's a brick wall that's this thick. That's
okay.
That's all. It's not like a, whatever.
So yeah, I'll hop up and over and try to continue pursuit.
Yeah. Okay. You see this guy rush out actually sort of get into the middle of the street sort of by accident. Like you could see him stumbling like, oh, I didn't plan this out, and had so much momentum going through the wall. But every time he gets like hit by several cars, and each time that leg or that arm gets turned into smoke. And then he pulls it back, and you could see this is a guy who's discovering his superpower, right? Like, you know what that looks like. And he's like, oh yeah, okay. And then just goes running, and another car full on hits him, and his whole body just like slightly out of focus, like Stay Puft Marshmallow Smoke Man. And then gets through that, gets to the other side of the street, and contracts again to his solid form, and goes running into a park. And there's a lot of tree cover.
Anybody know how to catch a smoke man?
I know
mean, we've got,
Miles had a
like-
bout with a smoke monster a while back, but we could give it a try.
I don't know. Can we put a genie in a bottle?
We turned a dragon into a man.
So that wasn't a movie set. Cool. Good to know.
No, it was an actual dragon. Long story. Let's go get your perp.
All right. So the four of you chase this guy into the park, and he's mostly just running for it. So if anyone wants to try to catch up or catch him or anything like that, there are a number of different moves that would be appropriate. Tell me what you want to do. He's just making a beeline through the park. Not totally sure where he's headed in this situation, but that's what we got.
I would like to try and provoke them. Let's see how this works. I want to like basically run a distraction, and like, I guess like if he runs by a fountain, like splash him with water, and be like, just say something stupid like, "Hey, you know, it's actually bad to smoke in the park," or something. Sorry, I'm not good. I'm not good at this. I'm working on. It's not.
Okay. Yeah, this person is susceptible to your words because he's gonna see you and be susceptible. So go ahead and roll superior.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I rolled with superior. Awesome. That's gonna be with my -2. That's gonna be a 6.
Oof.
Okay. Now we do have team in the pool, even though Silk is new to our team. She's one of us. We know she's a spider person. So let's do our team questions. We have we start with 2, and then where is it? Yeah. Okay. So enter a battle against a dangerous foe. I mean, I don't know how dangerous this guy is, but the leader does not have influence over every teammate because Silk just got here. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, I think so, right? Apprehend the smoke drug dealer. If any member mistrusts the leader or the team, what do we think? Silk, is it easy to trust your fellow spider folk?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Spider people have always had my back in the past.
Oh, okay, cool. It's going to be great when you tell them what organization you work with. And okay, so we don't have to take one away for that. And if you're ill prepared or off balance, I am going to take that one away.
Mhm.
So we have the 2 minus 1. We have one team in the pool. This one caught you off guard. So okay, so you have a 6, and I was establishing that in case anyone wanted to try to help Man Spider by spending a team and telling how they can help him provoke this smoke guy.
Yeah, I'll help. I think I'm gonna try to kind of throw up some quick webs to help corral him back towards Man Spider.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, we could spend the team on that.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay, so Man Spider, you get to a 7 on your provoke someone, and on a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one. So I'm going to choose. They overreact, I think, is great, because he did just see a Man Spider.
Yeah, because a giant, terrifying spider person.
Right, and most of the people in the Miles Morales New York know who Man Spider is. They've seen pictures, and whether it's scary or whatever, they've at least, like, they know that you exist. This guy has never seen a Man Spider before, and he turns, and your goal was to get his attention, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He turns and goes, ah! And both hands come out with this just stream of red purple smoke coming like out of, like, his forearms and hands turn into smoke, and then that is just generating like jet of smoke coming at you, and it's gonna blast into you, and you were using a fountain to get his attention.
Yeah.
It's
Correct.
knock you back into that fountain, then.
No.
But I'm gonna need you to roll. Take a powerful blow, please.
Okay. Let's see. So for that, it's plus conditions.
Uh-huh.
I have one condition, so we'll see how well that goes. Okay, I rolled a 3, so +1 is 4.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So mark potential for failing a roll, and you want to fail at taking a powerful blow. So yeah, good job. You stand strong as you you cartwheel back, but then land on your feet at the edge of the fountain, looking very cool. So awesome. Let's who else would like to do a thing? We could see Man Spider and the smoke guy kind of squaring off. The guy is still just jetting smoke at Man Spider, and Man Spider is just kind of like ducking out of the way, being very cool about it.
Well, no, I'm faster when I skitter.
Okay.
To be honest.
Yeah. He's skittering.
Can I try pierce the mask?
Sure. On Man Spider?
No. On the dude.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't make it. 4.
Go ahead and ask me one of the questions, please.
Well, I was gonna ask, how could I get your character to turn back to normal?
Okay. So the answer I'm going to give you is the most despairing answer to that would be you can't. Like, it seems like this guy is stuck in some sort of overdrive, and it doesn't even seem to be following the normal arc of how people get powers and stuff, because normally when people get an ability, they kind of are just going off like like the inflatable guy at the car dealership. You know, they're just like, whoa, just like all over the place. Death Blossom disco ball mess, right? But this guy is running and in control of his actions and doing a very focused attack, and is defending himself, and seems very actively aware of his surroundings. So yeah, that's it. He is not the sort of standard victim of these drugs.
I am gonna do kind of a fool's rush in situation. Using more than a shield.
Oh yeah, how does that work?
So I'm gonna directly engage a threat, by heading directly into danger without regard for your own safety.
Okay.
So I get to roll with so that's +2. And I got an 8.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so it's still a directly engage roll.
yep.
And what would you like to pick?
I am going to create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. What does that look like? What does your opportunity look like?
I'm gonna literally like charge him.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up and get in his face.
Mm-hmm.
So that so that someone else can come in from the side and like flank him without him noticing and having an opportunity to smoke out.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think you're just heading in there to like do a fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, a couple things happen. One, he like relents with the endless jet at Man Spider, turns to fight you, and is doing a fairly expert, sort of like you know how Kitty Pryde fights, where she'll be like incorporeal and then corporeal just in time to punch, and like times it all to sort of be going back and forth. However, it is by body part, right? So he'll like punch you here, and then you're going to grab his arm, and that turns to smoke, and then you're going back and forth. He's not completely incorporeal or invincible or anything. It just is you suddenly feel busy, right? You're like, oh god, it's like whack-a-mole. That's what it is. It's like that's solid. Punch him in the gut. Trying to find that and hit it before it can change. You just have to like mash square so that it lines up on time. Like no, triangle.
The worst QTE.
Yep. Okay, so you've engaged the mini game, and what do the rest of you do? So Silk, your new friend, has engaged this smoke guy in fisticuffs. There's quite a bit of back and forth. They both seem like competent fighters, although this guy looks a lot more like a boxer. Like he's not kicking or anything. And you said Silk is more of a martial artist, right?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's that level of like incorporating gymnastics into her stuff,
right,
and coming around.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
but she uses. I think the best way to put it. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The best way to put it is that she uses her agility more than she uses her strength.
Right, and this guy's the exact opposite. In fact, if he didn't have this smoke power, you would have taken him out in a second, right? He just is this ham-fisted. I mean, he's actually an okay as a boxer. He's not just a total like Gamorrean, like, but he is just a heavy-fisted thug, essentially. So this guy is not a great fighter, but doing well enough with his superpowers. So what's next?
Can Preston try to do a science about the gas and see if there's anything he can think of, a way to help the gas maintain a more solid form for a brief period of time so that Silk can get an advantage, or some kind of way to apprehend him without him leaking out through the holes of whatever they put him in without suffocating him? Is there any opportunity there?
I'm sorry, can you say that again? My brain etch-a-sketched. That was a weird moment. I don't know. I apologize.
No, it's fine. So like, for an example, after a quick Google search, basically trying to enact deposition, which is the point when gas turns to a solid form in nature.
Nerd.
I love this.
Yep.
Bring me all the nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
You got a party full of science geeks. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I like.
I don't know if that's possible, but if it is, or he would like to try to like do a science about it.
Okay. So is that what is it you want to accomplish exactly?
I basically want to try to find a way to keep him solid long enough for Silk to get the upper hand, or so that he can't escape if we bind him up in spider webbing.
Sorry, my dog came in and she's filthy, and I'm trying to get the gross. Okay. So then, do you see that? Do you want to do like unleash your powers? Do you want to pierce the mask, defend?
Let's do pierce the mask. I think it's a more mundane thing. It's not, science isn't necessarily a superpower for
yeah, I think that too. Now. And you're kind of like setting up for how can we do this to yeah.
I did that. Okay.
All right, I like that.
These dice can go away because they rolled terribly last time. Oh, that's much better. Pierce the mask is mundane. So that's a 9 on the dice plus 2, so an 11.
Okay, great. All right, so you recall something that so you've been working with Matt Murdock, and had some good montage scenes training with him, and a lot of his fighting does not have to do with what you can physically see, but what you can sense in your surroundings, and you're trying to take this guy in. And now you're getting a sense of, like, this is the first time you've really been able to grok what Matt was talking about. Of like, right, okay, yeah, what I can physically see with my eyeballs is not super helpful compared to this, like, impression that you're picking up. And which question would you like to ask here?
Let's see. How can I get your character to become more vulnerable? How can I get your character to maintain a more solid form? Like through, is it something like if we hit him at a certain spot, that spot's going to maintain vapor, which means other spots will be more solid. Like, how can I manipulate you into making yourself more corporeal?
So a couple thoughts occur to you. One, you're pretty sure if you let this guy think he got away, he would, probably be, fairly settled and corporeal. Alternatively, if he is winning the fight, then he is going to want to like be able to grab onto you or, be able to affect that. And so like he can't hurt you with the smoke fist. So if he thought he was winning, he would do that because it's mostly like a defensive move that he does to turn into smoke. But on top of that, your observation is that he at no point turns his whole body to smoke. So it does seem like when we go to the slow motion replay of him going through the brick wall, like the top part of him turned to smoke and went through and like solidified as he, passed through the brick. And so he does have that limitation apparently, or at least that's what it looks like is
okay.
At no point has all of him turned to smoke at the same time.
Cool. Second question. It seems like pretty obvious. What do you intend to do?
Well, he is fighting viciously. Like he is fighting to kill. And that's something you can pick up from the way that he's fighting is he is not pulling punches, does not care that he's fighting teenagers, is just, and he's probably like 30 something, and is, just like any hit he gets, he hits as hard as he can. He's trying to use his smoke to, interfere with, like he'll mess with your breathing and your eyes and whatever. And it looks like he will, fight to the death if he has the opportunity. Now, for our audience, just a reminder, the tone of our game, that is not like we don't do killings in masks, and that's not what our show is about. But for the in-character stress of that, that's scary, right? Like this is somebody who is just willing to go that far. So that's why I mentioned that.
For sure. And I guess third question, I mean, how can I gain influence over you to maybe persuade you not to give up or to give up or to not go lethal?
Probably.
And if there isn't a reason, that's fine. It's just I needed a third question. None of the other ones really made sense.
I think if you could convince him that you were part of the distribution network that he belongs to, that would be, because it really seems like he's trying to escape and regroup, but now he hasn't been able to get away, so he's just gonna, fight for his life, is what he thinks.
Sure. Okay.
But if you were somehow able to convince him you're part of the distribution network, then that would be a thing.
Okay, cool.
Let's check in with Anya.
I think that I may join in the whack-a-mole game.
Mm-hmm.
And just, see if we can at least get him down so that his guard will be kind of off and,
Yeah. So Silk and Man Spider are already in hand-to-hand with this guy, right?
Right.
Or Man Spider, were you still away a little bit? I don't remember.
Hand to hand to hand to hand to hand.
Hands to hand combat.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, the two of you are fighting. We'll have Anya enter the fray, Spider Woman, and wait, we're using Spider Woman or Spider Girl?
Spider Girl right now.
Spider Girl. Okay. Anya has used both of those. So
yeah.
Okay, so Spider Girl leaps to action. The three of you are fighting this guy. Anya, did you want to do directly engage a threat?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
No, I only got a 5. I am not rolling well today.
Oh, buddy.
Okay.
I don't know what the heck is going on with my dice.
All right, so here's what happens. You head over there, Anya, to get this guy. You've probably got your exoskeleton on, and you're just ready to take this guy on because you're as tough and fast as everyone else. But you misjudge the space and also the fact that he keeps phasing in and out of smoke form, and stumble, and you wind up sort of trapped in the smoke, and he's like converted half of his body to put an arm around, and you're just in it, like you're inside this like smoky arm, and you can't breathe, and it's pretty horrible. So I'm gonna have you roll take a powerful blow.
Okay.
And for the other two of you currently in hands-to-hand combat, the fighting around Anya is going to be a little bit complicated because he is intentionally moving her around now as trying to protect himself. And she looks super disoriented and is coughing and choking, and it's pretty scary.
I would like to directly engage the threat and attempt to frighten my opponent.
Okay, one
Nice.
second. Anya, what'd you get on your take a powerful blow?
I got a 7.
Okay,
I rolled a K on that one.
That's good. Yeah. So do you want to lash out verbally, you give ground, or struggle past the pain?
I'm going to give ground because if I can't breathe, that's probably the most logical thing that's going to happen.
Okay, so the opponent's opportunity, I'm going to codify the idea that yes, he is using Anya as a shield, and she's just so disoriented. She's getting kind of turned around in the smoke. So his whole like left arm and shoulder part of his body is basically an amorphous smoke hood, on like from her shoulders up. And you can see she's disoriented and coughing, and every time she moves, he moves to like keep her in that and try to keep her between him and at least one of you. So Man Spider, did you want to directly engage a threat?
Yeah, I would like to be a terrifying spider person.
Okay.
Let's see, that is with danger, which is one of the few stats I have that's still in the positive. And it does not help. I roll a 5.
Oh, dang. Okay. What does it look like? What are you trying to do?
I imagine it's just like him going full on like down on the ground, like probably on like whatever fountaineer he's on, and just like legs sprawled and just like mouth completely wide and just trying to be the most frightening version of himself.
Okay. I think it is effective in that it's frightening, but his solution is to throw Anya at you, and it's not going to be very graceful because Anya, you're not with it enough to turn the landing into something graceful. And I think Man Spider is probably fair to say you didn't expect him to like Anya projectile.
No, not really.
So yeah, he just uses the power of the smoke to jet Anya forward into you. And I will let the two of you decide. One of you is going to roll take a powerful blow, and the other one is just going to mark a condition of their choice.
I'll take the powerful blow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll take the condition.
Okay.
All right, let's see how well I roll this. Ooh, great. I rolled a 7.
Okay. That's good. So, do you want to lash out or give ground or struggle past the pain?
I will. I'm gonna struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Okay. How many does that put you at?
That'll put me in a total of 3.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So I definitely feel guilty. And I definitely feel very angry.
Okay. So just keep an eye on the minuses that you get for your conditions, everyone. Sometimes we forget about those. So, okay, cool.
I would like to provoke someone.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And I'm gonna basically say that like it's the whole you'll never get away with this, we have you surrounded, there's no use fighting speech.
Yeah, okay.
And you might as well give up now and save yourself a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Because do you want to announce your organization? Because your organization's name is respected and feared among criminals, right?
And actually I will. I'll say that like because I also want to use my I want to be able to the soldier has another stat, which is soldier. And you can use if you invoke your authority and you're standing with your organization.
Yep.
Or if you're working like on a mission for them, you can use your soldier stat in place of others for any basic moves.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And so I'm gonna say, like, the Sisterhood of Spiders and Wasps we're never gonna let you go. Like, we know who you work for. We have all of your cohorts, and we're gonna clear the streets of this poison that you're peddling.
Okay. So let's roll it.
And I rolled a 10.
Holy moly. Okay.
And I'm really glad that I got to use my soldier on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
because that's why.
Okay. So this guy is going to rise to the bait and do what you want. It's not really a surrender yet, but he is like now more concerned about being taken in by the Sisterhood of Spiders and Wasps, and SOSAW. Yeah, the SOSA. Or the Spider Wasp Attack Protocol, Spider Wasp Attack Team. Yeah.
Ugh,
No.
SWAT.
SWAT.
Or
Spiders and wasps. Saw.
I was going to say Spider and Wasp Society, SAWS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. By order of the Saws. But yeah, you spell out, it's the Spider and Wasp Society. And he is, you can see his eyes go wide. He recognizes it and kind of goes into a frenzy of like, oh, this is for real. Okay, I really have to get out of this situation. But he is going to be at a disadvantage for the fight. He's now like panicked and not as able to focus his abilities and whatnot. So let's check in with Arachnid. What are you up to?
Well, he wants to use his newfound knowledge about how to defeat this guy.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to start throwing webs at him with the intention of, I'm going to try to wrap his leg so that he has to go incorporeal on the leg, which means that some other part of his body will become more solid.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of just almost play off tank.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So try to make opportunities for my allies who are in hands-to-hand combat.
All right. So you're not really trying to hurt him. You're trying to create opportunities. Although create opportunity is still directly engage a threat, and you are putting yourself in danger. So let's roll directly engage a threat.
Okay. And I think I have something for that.
Yeah, I think you roll savior with that, right?
I do, yeah, with fight to get fight, which is good because my savior is +3 versus my danger, which is -2.
Oh Lord.
And that's good because that's a 7 on the dice, +3 is 10.
Heck yeah. Okay, so directly engage a threat. You get 2 of those options.
Cool. Gonna create an opportunity for my allies, obvi.
Got it.
And I'm going to, I guess does it make sense since I'm kind of farther away, I'll resist or avoid their blows.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so between Silk's announcement that this guy's in trouble and she's here to take him in, and Arachnid's expert, like the rest of you realize what Arachnid is doing. Like, is he just missing? Like, what's happening? Like, oh no, okay, this is like creating the timing that we need to take this guy out. So with those two setups, Anya and Peter, you two will have you'll get to roll with advantage if you're fighting this guy, if you want to directly engage a threat.
Okay.
Does this count as us being dramatically under fire?
I guess it depends on how you describe that. I always picture it as like being the underdog in a situation, like you're,
yeah.
But I'm open to interpretations of that.
This one's borderline for me because we were, but now we're not. So,
what do you want to do with it?
Well, because I have a beacon move called Suck It Domitian.
Mm-hmm.
And when you stand strong while dramatically under fire, I can use savior instead of danger.
Yeah, actually, I think that's fine, especially for somebody who has less in the way of like superpowers, Yeah, I think this is a good moment for you to do that.
Okay. So rolling with advantage, I roll 3 dice.
Mm-hmm. And just keep the better 2.
That's a 12.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Nice. Okay. So what do you want to pick on directly engage a threat?
Let's see. Definitely create an opportunity for your allies.
Mm-hmm.
And impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, like to where he's overwhelmed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So all of these attacks are coming in, and Man Spider, I'm not even going to make you roll if you want to take this opportunity. You know, he's fighting everyone at the same time. This like coordination has worked really well, and you can see his head is solid or is like solidifying. Like you can see it happening, and if you want to just like knuckle punch the like the back of his skull, you could easily knock him out.
Yes.
If you just, you know.
I would like to take that opportunity. And also, I just remembered that when I roll, take a power for a blow, I roll with 2 less conditions marked. So I would have only gotten a 6.
Yes.
So.
Okay. So yeah, Mark, take back what you did before, and
I
mark
gain a potential.
Yes.
Instead of marking conditions. Yeah. So
Nice.
I see all of this play out, and I see like just the right opportunity to like he's gonna be just solid enough to thwonk.
Yep. Excellent. Yeah. So this guy, just we hear the like boxing ding, you know, and he just straightens up, and just face plants into the grass. And he's totally solid again. Although you can, you know, now that you have a chance to sort of analyze the situation, he is smoking a little bit. Like smoke is escaping from his clothes. He's not evaporating. It's just this is a sort of after effect, and it smells weirdly good, like grape candy, let's say. It smells like candy. So.
So I don't know the legal ramifications of interdimensional jurisdiction. Can we just chuck him back in the portal, or do we like what do we do?
I don't really know how that works because, as far as I remember, I mean, the last thing I remember before I woke up to you is a van exploding and then imploding. But it was full of drugs.
Little purple red things that smell a lot like Smokey the
this
Bear.
dude. Yeah. Can we
Yeah,
call him the Marlboro Man?
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's using that.
Yeah, those things have made their way into our world too. And in fact, they're kind of everywhere in a lot of different worlds. Yeah.
Whoa. That's really bad.
Also, not to bring this up in a weird way, but you mentioned being a part of
The Spider and Wasp Society.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, actually, who leads your saws here?
We need to take care of this guy and then we can have a discussion.
Okay.
Because it's just a little different here.
Oh. Well, I guess that makes sense. Different universe and all. I mean, like, you could call yourselves anything, I suppose.
I'm just going to say don't go throwing those names around here.
Do you have any visible marks of the society on you?
I have the tattoo.
Of the wasp, I mean, yeah.
Oh, not of the wasp, but of the Spider Society. I have my tattoo.
Oh, that's right, because you started with them and then left because
Right.
they turned out to be bad. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so is that visible?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wear a tank top, so.
Yeah. So, Silk, this young lady has, it looks like half of your sigil, like the sigil you're used to seeing, is like, well, that's just incomplete. Why does it look like that?
Blame me.
They're not the good guys here.
Well, half of them are. What?
I mean, like, obviously the spiders would end up being the good guys because, like, that's what we all are. Yeah, it makes sense. Let's take care of
No.
this guy.
And I just go,
Is she a good wasp or a bad wasp?
are you a good witch or a bad witch? Or a sandwich?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I just shake my head. I'm like, no. And I just kind of put my arm around and go, let's chat. Like while we're trying to take this guy somewhere. I don't know where we're gonna go. But I explained to her, I was part of Spider Society, but they are not good guys, so I left.
Like, can we call, like, I don't know how to call the Avengers. Miles always did that.
That's true.
Yeah.
You all have people you could call.
I can do a little.
Yeah. Like, I would call Daredevil, but he's probably recovering from, getting thrown halfway across the
He
city.
got hit so hard.
And I don't have the Wasp's number. I wouldn't ask for that. We're not that close.
Yeah, so I try to contact Dr. Strange.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to open up a little like image portal, and you can, he looks up he's probably working on something, and he says, yes.
Hi, we have a situation. We had a couple people drop in from another dimension. One of them she seems pretty good. What's your name? We don't even know your name.
Hi, I'm Silk.
Silk. Yes, that's what
Okay.
I thought you looked like. Silk. This is.
That would make sense that I would look like me.
Yeah. And you actually recognize Doctor Strange, right? So this is Doctor Strange. Ours is played by Benedict Wong, and is
As it should be.
yeah. And you have worked with Doctor Strange before, in your world, and so this one says, "Oh yes, my colleague was telling me a lot about you. We actually haven't seen a lot of Silk iterations, so it's nice to meet you."
Yeah, it's good to see you again. Or something, I guess.
This is the first time we've met, but I understand the confusion. Are you in the southeast corner of that walkthrough park between these blocks?
Yes.
It's like precisely described where you're standing. Okay, just one moment. And that thing closes, and then another like big circle sparks open, and he steps through. He's like drying off his hands with a paper towel and like tosses it back through the portal, and then the portal closes. Okay, so I imagine you've already talked about this being a different dimension.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who is this? And he points at the ground.
He's from her dimension.
He's like a mid to low level drug dealer, but
We're calling him
was-
Marlboro Man. We're workshopping it.
Why?
I also like Smoking Guy. The Smoking Guy.
Oh, he has a smoke ability of some kind?
Yeah, he can solidify different parts of his body at different times.
Oh.
But it doesn't seem like he can do it all, like he can go smoke all at once. He can only smoke certain parts.
Well, let's make sure that he stays corporeal. And he gestures, and golden circles appear around his wrists and ankles. And they're not like shackles, right? They're just sort of glowing bands. And like, okay, that should keep him solid for now. And I'm fine with him being unconscious too. This is easier to talk about. So the trick will be finding a way to send you all back. I assume you want to go back, Silk, was it?
yeah, I mean, I need to. Well, I'm trying to. In my world, we're also trying to track down where all this grape ape is coming from.
If you don't mind me asking, who is we in your world?
And I kind of look over to Anya, like, is it okay for me to tell him about it?
You can trust him.
The Spider and Wasp Society?
Oh,
I was working with Mockingbird.
excellent. We've only found one iteration of that. You're from the one. That's we'll label it. We've been labeling it 999 Earth 999. So we're trying to categorize these as well as we can. But we have not found any other iterations of the Spider Society and Sisterhood of the Wasp teaming up for good. So this is very lucky that you dropped in on us. I've been wanting to talk to you. My colleague in your world is very busy and hasn't been able to tell me a lot about your organization. And you could see, like, he is getting way off topic. He's like wanting to have a whole conversation about, like, your organizational structure and what is that like? What does it mean? Like, when did they join forces? What's the history of this? And you're like, I don't know. I'm not.
And I just I like keep looking back at the rest of everyone. I'm like,
Yeah.
I kind of lean over. Is he always like this?
I just go, he does this.
And just because it's funny to me, as we're having this conversation, the guy on the ground, it sort of comes to and uses the distracted conversation as, like, he thinks it's his moment to get up and escape, and is gonna phase through a tree to get some cover, and just bounces off the tree and is unconscious again. So he's back in the grass. All right. Well, how? Sorry, I was very excited. I suppose it's probably not good for you to stay longer than necessary. We don't have a perfected way of sending people back and forth, but if you came through, chances are, if we go back to if we go back to the place where you came through, there may be enough residual energy to send you back.
That's great. And I mean, any information that y'all could send back our way would be helpful too.
Yes.
Especially if this is a pan-dimensional crime ring.
Yeah, from what we understand, the drug allows the user to basically connect with an alternate version of themselves and harness any superpowers that they might have in an alternate universe.
Oh. Kind of like the one.
Yeah. The only one
Did
bad
y'all
enough.
have that here?
The only one bad enough to kick Jet Li's ass is Jet Li.
Eric understands that reference. Man Spider doesn't.
Like, oh, well. I'll send y'all through a copy next time something opens.
Is it bad that I enjoyed that movie?
No, because it's a good movie.
It's so
It's
goofy.
a great movie. It's a great movie.
Some incredible fight scenes in that movie, honestly.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna watch Jet Li, I'm gonna watch Hero.
Just
sure.
Yeah, but like as Jet
Okay,
Li
es nos
beats the crud out of people as that song "Cut My Life Into Pieces" is playing. Just like, yes.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so the four of you pick up the smoke guy. Who wants to pick this guy up?
I got
Preston
it.
will do it, or anybody.
Okay, Man Spider picks up the guy, and Doctor Strange is leading the way, just kind of walking. You guys didn't really get very far from where he initially came through. It was a pretty short run. So you go around, come back to the street that is just all wreckage. Like, we don't even have the like community response teams here to like cordon off the road. Like they're not even here yet. It takes, there's such a mess everywhere. And it's really just minutes have gone by since, like maybe 20 minutes since a dragon crashed into a building. So we're sort of mobilizing everything. And it wasn't enough wreckage for Ironheart to be coming in with the rescue bots and all that. So you get back to the street. It's mostly abandoned. There's a few looky-loos out there taking pictures, especially when all of you show up and Doctor Strange is there and everyone's like, oh my gosh. And just there's at least half a dozen people taking video right now. And the, okay. So as you're sort of looking for the spot, Anya, you could kind of tell where it was. You've kind of a sense memory of, smelling the grape flavored portal. And you pointed out to Doctor Strange and he's, okay, I start to understand what's happening. And so he is doing something. Like he's now involved in some complex calculations just in the air, creating dials and turning them and, doing, I love all of that like circle magic that he does. It's just like really cool. So there's a bunch of that happening. And he is distracted when somebody comes up and says, do you have a comment? No, they're not holding out a microphone. They have their phone up. Do you have a comment for the evening news?
Preston will go ahead and make a comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Arachnid. Yes. We've heard a lot about what you've been up to lately. What can you tell us about the situation here?
I can tell you that the situation is currently getting under control. I can tell you that the Avengers, along with members of select heroes from around the neighborhood, are working in tandem to bring these calamities to an end.
And what do you say to Arachnid's critics who suggest that the presence of Spider-Thems are in fact increasing the rate of crime and violence in the city?
That's ridiculous. We are here to help protect the city, and if anything, more Spider-Them means more.
All right. So
neighborhood spider people.
I think this person is successfully provoking you.
Yeah, they are.
And I would like the outcome to be determined by take a powerful blow.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
Okay.
And understand the worst case scenario is lose control of yourself and really mouth off to this person. Obviously, you're not about to get killed from harsh words, but
bless these dice. That is a 4.
Okay. Yeah. You take a deep breath, and then you also spy what was attempted to be concealed press badge, and the lanyard says Daily Bugle, in repetition over it, and they were like trying to hide it under their jacket. And you clue in like, oh, this guy does not have our best interests at heart. And go ahead and deliver your very calm and collected rebuttal to this nonsense.
I think that the terrible anti-Spider-Man propaganda that's being spewed by some of our less reputable news sources is really abhorrent. And I think that if they took the time to see all the good the Spider-Man were doing in the neighborhood, then talk to people and not just try to sensationalize the disasters that are happening, they'll really see that they welcome us and that we really are here to keep the neighborhood safe. And if they want to get to the bottom of a story, maybe talk to the people they're trying to mudrake. Wouldn't you agree? I
love it. Also, all of you get alerts. You have various, Google alerts set up to, when certain important bits of news pop up. And it turns out that this Daily Bugle jerk was live streaming his questions and was trying to catch you in a like live embarrassing moment, and in fact has just live streamed to the Daily Bugle webpage, and just it's been captured. This extremely thoughtful and reasoned response to a obviously baited question. And the Daily Bugle is going to look very bad after this. And this guy even like loses his temper a little bit with you, and probably has forgotten that he's live streaming. He's like, well, how dare you? And then, obviously kind of realizes that he's still recording and the phone's shaking. He's like, the hell with you. And he like turns off the phone and walks away.
Thank God for Debate Club.
Nerds.
So, Anya, Doctor Strange calls you over and says, okay, I've set up as much of this as I can, but what I need is your intuited connection with Silk. I can sense a tie between the two of you. Have you noticed it? Actually, between all four of you, but Spider-Girl, you understand the ritual that I'm trying to perform here.
She's not sure. Oh, the banishment. Yeah. It took her a minute. Yeah. She's like, yeah.
Okay. So what I need you to do is, so not all magic is book learning. Some of it is learning to trust your instinct and follow that impulse to a logical conclusion. So we mix instinct and logic and put those together to good effect. And I have prepped this area to receive your intention. And I think if you could try to link yourself and Silk, it should create a bridge between your two worlds. And Silk should be able to return with her catch. And this should work. No? Yeah. This works in most of the probabilities.
Okay. Most of the probabilities.
Sorry, he's not laughing. That's me laughing.
I know. I'm like, I just kind of give him a look like, and I look at Silk and I go, you ready for this?
Yeah, I guess.
Silk, how much?
Man, Peter is never going to believe this when I tell him.
There we go. That's what we wanted. What do you think of that, Peter?
I don't know. I feel like he has an open mind about things.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Silk to put her hands up against mine, and we're going to start doing some sort of something.
Some mirror work?
Yeah.
It'd be like
That's
that
what my
really,
gut's
really
telling me.
like specific clap game.
Uh-huh.
Gets faster and faster.
All right. So, Silk, how much magic training have you had?
Silk hasn't actually none.
Okay.
Magic's not her bag.
Right. Just being very cool. That's her bag.
I mean, she's cool. She's like specifically focused on trying to like wrangle the martial aspects of what she does and also her actual powers.
Mm-hmm.
Because she spent a long time kind of suppressing them.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So this is getting set up. He hands Man Spider, I think. So Doctor Strange hands Man Spider what looks like a 1980s camcorder that's been greatly modified, and instead of the regular lens, there's like it looks like the top of a sort of princess cut emerald, has replaced the lens of this thing, and all the sides of it are the cheap plastic has been engraved with gold leaf, like gold tracery runes and symbols and stuff, and hands this to you, Man Spider. Here, if you could get an angle from up there at about 45 degrees down, it should be able to cross-reference. Please don't break this.
I won't. I thwip up there.
Yeah. Okay. He figures you have enough hands to thwip and hold a camera and not.
Yeah. And a few to spare.
Yes. Yeah. So you get up in place and you're getting the footage. Arachnid, you are awkwardly left with not much to do after having told off the news reporter. Well, news reporter, Daily Bugle.
Right.
So I love the image of like city favorite Arachnid, just kind of like, yep.
Now what?
But yeah, Anya, let's roll Unleash Your Powers, because this could go a couple different ways.
So an 8. I'm lucky I rolled high because my freak's at -2. So I rolled a 10.
Holy moly. I love it. Okay, so the portal opens, and it's more closer to street level at this point, as opposed to when it was 20 feet up in the air, because the two of you are standing here on the street, and between you this shimmering presence starts to show up, and by the time you're done doing this slapping game, you're able to see there's a very clear portal, and Silk, you are looking out at the intersection where Mockingbird is currently like marking off, like setting up her investigation, and trying to figure out what happened to you, and it's only been half an hour or so. So they've like set out this whole, you can see where the van kind of exploded in the street. It didn't like explode, but there's a fair amount of, broken glass and minor injuries on the street, that type of thing. And so the three of you, all of you, can see this fairly identifiable symbol on the sleeves of a bunch of people who are there, where it's half the Spider Society symbol and half the Sisterhood of the Wasp, kind of expertly woven together as a new kind of sigil.
Two mooks pushing each other. You're the reason why Silk's gone, I tell you.
Oh, you're the reason why she left.
Yeah. But then the portal comes into existence, and everyone's head snaps up, like, what? And you can actually see through, and Mockingbird points and is saying something, but you can't actually hear what she's saying, but she's pointing. You could see her mouth at one point says Silk and a bunch of other stuff. If you're an expert lip reader, that'll give you more information, but I don't know if you are or not. So you can see through, you can't hear anything through, but they are pointing at you and see that you're about to come through.
I don't know how long this is going to hold, but you got to go through.
Well, thank you. And I hope this isn't the last time we see each other.
I hope not. I kind of like you. You're a nice person.
Holy
Just
moly.
maybe like kind of grab you for a hug real quick.
Oh.
Thank you for the raid coming on in here. We appreciate that. We're just about to wrap up, but thank you for coming in to say hi. There's all the back issues you could go watch. Hold on. I do have to message. I'll just ask Eric. Eric, we know that you have to miss next week. So one of the reasons you could be missing is to get pulled through this portal temporarily. If you had another idea for what Man Spider was up to next week,
no, that could be very funny. Like he's getting footage, and I was like, Dr. Strange probably wants some like good like footage of like the interaction, like like the like he sees, like he can see with his enhanced eyes, he can see like sort of like the like where the edges of the portal are. It's like really fascinating, like seeing like the bending of reality. He's like, I bet if I get real close, he'll want to see that. And then, oh god.
And I think what we see on the other side is also like Spider-Man swings into view, and this is more like a grown-up Spider-Man. It's hard to tell with his mask on, but he's Silk, Spider-Man, and you're ready to pass through the portal, right? Did we establish that? You're gonna okay. So you go through the portal just as Spider-Man is swinging into view, and as you pass through, you can hear Spider-Man saying, "Silk, look out!" And he thwips Man Spider, the scary monster that's right behind you, yanks him through, and just is immediately wrapping up Man Spider because he's just incredibly
Peter, no.
deft, like adult superhero. And then the portal shuts off. So that's where we'll pick up next time. We'll have the adventures of Man Spider and Silk on another day. So thank you everyone for joining us today. This will be our time to say goodbye. We do have time for end of session moves, and we have time for stars and wishes. So feel free to toss that out. Nobody has to do a star and a wish if you don't have to, but you do have to do your end of session move. And just to remind you there, end of session move says you're either grow closer to the team, grow away from the team, or grow into your own image of yourself. And Pooja, feel free to pick whichever one you want for fun. I know this is a one-shot for you, but so glad you could join us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to have the the Mockingbird and Mooks spin-off for sure. Yeah, would be fun as well.
I would like to grow into my own image of myself.
Okay.
I feel like Peter has been surrounded by spider thems that are accepting of his spidery nature, but like going in to like save Silk and like having her like very clearly like not be like, oh god, a spider, kill it, but be like, I don't want to stare at this thing, has definitely been like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm still a monster.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll shift my freak up one and my savior down one.
Okay, that makes sense to me. It also makes sense since the Spider-Man is attacking you as a monster.
Since like my doppelganger saw me and went, oh god, kill it.
Yep.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, that is sad. How about Anya?
Anya grew into her own image of herself because she's getting a lot more used to using magic, being around magic. So she's going to put I'm going to put my freak up, and I think my superior down, because I think she's recognizing how she's part of a whole.
Okay. I like that. And also starting to trust her instinct with like part of magic is the instinctual part of it. The freak is, yeah. Okay.
I think Preston grew closer to the team, and it was Anya that made him feel closer to the team because she picked up on his plan on how to deal with the smoke guy. Without communication, without any, like, she was able to just kind of in tune with him. And so he felt like, okay, this is what a leader does. He doesn't tell, he shows.
Totally. Does she already have influence over you?
I think she does. Yes, she does.
Okay. Then that means she gets to move your labels.
So Danger and Freak can't go down, and Savior can't go up.
I'm gonna put your superior up because you did really well with the press guy.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna put your Danger down because you're becoming.
Danger can't go down.
Oh, can't go down.
Yeah, Danger and Freak are at -2.
We are so maxed out on either any scale.
Yeah. Going down, I can do Savior down, or I can do Mundane down.
I guess Mundane.
Okay.
I don't know how to justify it, but we'll say.
I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, less normal guy. You know, that's you're a superhero. That's
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. Okay, Silk, did you want to toss anything in there just for funsies?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I grew closer to the team, and that Man Spider made me feel closer because he was there, and like, you know, we fought hand to hand to hand to hand to hand together. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll explain to Peter. Don't worry. He's usually much more reasonable.
All right. Awesome. And that's perfect since he got sucked through the portal with you. That's good. Okay. So does anybody have any stars and or wishes they want to toss out for what you want to see happen?
I actually have a star. I don't have wishes, but I have a star. And honestly, it's for you, Jason, because today, like, you know, I mean, it's always fun. But today was like so fast paced that I looked at my clock at 11:30. I'm like, what? It's already 11:30? Like I didn't even know, the time just flew so fast.
Awesome.
So
I'm glad.
It was really awesome and fun.
Cool. Thank you.
I mean, my wish is coming up in that dance episode.
Oh yeah.
So I'm very, very excited about that. Stars, I mean, obviously, I got to give it to Eric for his wonderful, wonderful mook, who gave me the idea, because I was like, what do I do with this mook?
Really
and I realized,
set the tone.
oh, we're Timmy and Tommy Nook.
I mean, I just the term mook invokes so much already that it was just easy, like being given that term, because henchman, like, that could be a lot of things, but mook is a very specific kind of person.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's not required. We're not marking down who's doing a star and or a wish, but if there's anything else, we've got time, or we could say our goodbyes.
Yeah, I did want to say thank you very much, both Eric and Joey. You're the best mooks ever.
Aw.
That was a hoot. That was fun.
It was so good. And I mean, not that I want other people not to be on the show very often, but I would love to come back one day if other people have other things that they have to do.
I hope we can make that work. We have a couple subs lined up for next week, but you never know what's going to happen after that. We are kind of coming up on our finale, but you never know. So.
I'm just really glad I got to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad you could come too. Thank you so much for joining us, especially last minute too, because I didn't think to start inviting people until like Thursday, and then so I'm glad it worked out. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Let's go around and say our goodbyes. Let's start with Eric this time, and then Pooja can have the last word. Actually,
okay.
I always get the last word, but you know.
Fair enough. You can always follow me on all the social medias at Mostly Eric, which is also my Twitch handle where I stream regularly. Let's see. And Sunday, I will be on Saving Throw Show at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, playing in Demigods, which is our new Pantheon, our Demigods actual play, which was written by some guy. I don't know, some generic dude wrote that game. I don't know, but what we do with it is really great. So you can check me out there along with Abria, who is also on this show normally.
Awesome. It's actually a really fun story too. I have to catch up on the VOD, but you guys have a lot of fun over there. Michelle.
Hey, I'm Michelle Otis, and you can find me on the socials, mostly on Twitter, but sometimes on Instagram, at Michulu. That's Michulhu. You can also catch me on the 12-Sided Stories podcast. It's super fun. Pooja's on there. We're having a great time. We release every other week, so you have time to catch up on old episodes if you want. You can also find my music it's through Plate Mail Games on either Drive-Thru RPG or Battle Bards,
and is our intro and outro music on this show. So keep an ear out for that in a minute when we go out. Joey.
Hey guys, you can catch me on socials at Joey Nestra. You can also catch me on Happy Jack's RPG podcast every other Sunday, including tomorrow playing Glittering Night, our vampire PvP game with Pooja. So if you'd like to hear, you'll love her in Vampire. We are up to all kinds of LA Vampire shenanigans, and I would really love to see you guys there and catch up on past episodes. happyjacks.org/shows.
Cool. And Pooja.
I am Pooja. You can find me on Twitter at LADesi Girl. That's LADESI Girl. And everywhere else is Forgotten Saves. I'm on Happy Jacks every Sunday, as Joey said, our fantastic Vampire 5e Glittering Night. And then every other Sunday, we have the triumphant and horrific return of Murmurs at the Abyss, our Call of Cthulhu 5e game. So that's coming up next Sunday. And then on 12-Sided Stories, we've got Heliotrope, our Hack the Planet game, which is GM'd by the fantastic Quiddy, and has Michelle in it as well. So thank you so much. Thanks again for having me here.
Oh, thanks for joining us. I'm Jason. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at It's Probably Okay. And we also have a new YouTube channel up. If you want to catch the back episodes, there's a playlist over there. I have like 2 more episodes to add to it, but there are like 11 episodes to tide you over until I move that over. So would love a follow over on YouTube. It's what I can't name it something proper until I have 100 subs. So if folks could go over there and give a subscribe, I can stop having just a jumble of letters and numbers as my URL. And that would be fun. So if you get a chance to check it out, let me know what you think. And let's see. So I game here on my channel Friday and Saturday. Friday afternoon, I play No Man's Sky with Sam Delev and occasional guests. Here Saturday morning, we play this game, obviously. No big surprise, in a Return to the Spiderverse. And by the way, we are approaching the finale for the season, so just be aware we've got just 2 or 3 more episodes. Not next week, obviously, because we've got a couple more people missing. But after that, we will be encroaching on a finale. So keep an eye out for that. And on Wednesdays, I'm also at Happy Jacks RPG, playing in Nick Levy's Savage Worlds game called Pembroke Investigations. And we are investigators in a modern fantasy, urban fantasy kind of setting where I get to play a satyr detective. And that's fun because I have hairy goat legs and detective skills. I don't know where to end that. So,
It's the hairy goat leg says it all.
Yep. Okay. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us. A million thank yous to Dork Lord Canada for doing the Dork Lord's work and to, like, really keeping our chat on lock today. So thank you for all of your hard work on that. A couple things went by that were removed that I didn't even see them before they got removed. So what a champion. And that's it for us today. So thank you, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.